So taking a look at our future tracker, there is going to be a little bit of green popping up on the map here. Now, these are showers, but they're not quite making it here at the surface. And the reason for that is because we're having a bit of a dry air that's a little further up in the atmosphere. Temperatures for the most part being into the 40s across the area. So you're going to want to bundle up if you have any evening, late nighttime plans, because that cold front's going to push through and things are going to cool down for us drastically. Giving people what they need to know as it relates to Tropical Storm Beryl is continuing to make its way through the Gulf of Mexico at this point. You can start to see a little bit of those outer bands of the storm that are starting to reach parts of the South Texas coast nearby Brownsville and parts of northern Mexico. Hey there, Suzanne. So yeah, I've been out here at Water's Edge Park where we've been seeing some folks running up and down along the bayfront. So folks are enjoying some of the summertime heat that we have here in the coastal bend with those well above average temperatures. We got a marathon run later on this weekend for Casa Superhero 5K. We got Beach to Bay next week. But here are a couple tips you need to know for your health and safety to keep you safe in these type of weather conditions that we're dealing with here in the coastal bend. First things first, you need to stay hydrated. In essence, people don't need to be worried per se, but preparing is of course the best course of action at this point.
Yes.
We now have a potential tropical cyclone 1, so this necessarily means that the National Hurricane Center has determined this area of low pressure off into the southern west part of the Gulf of Mexico to potentially start to intensify a bit and getting at least into a range of becoming a tropical depression or a weak tropical storm. Hey there, I'm meteorologist Julia Kwedi, and it's day 2 at the National Tropical Weather Conference. This morning we heard from Dr. Phil Klotzbach from the Colorado State University, and he gave us the seasonal outlook for the April forecast for this upcoming hurricane season, and he tells us that this upcoming season looks to be pretty busy. It's those two weather components, dry air, faster wind speeds, that causes us to have that elevation in terms of fire danger. So we do have a red flag warning that went into place earlier this morning around 11 o'clock, but it's going to be that moisture and humidity combined with that upper level disturbance that's going to push its way to the coastal bend beginning tomorrow. That's going to increase our rain chances coming up, really anticipating that Thursday will be our wettest day of the week. Taking a look at Doppler radar, we can see what kind of happened over the course of the last 3 hours. Heavier downpours that were mostly regulated along the coastline. Now at this point, getting a bit of an intermission of our rainfall action.
But you were telling me earlier, winter's over in the coastal bend.
I didn't say all that, but it definitely does feel like it this week, doesn't it? We are going to be looking at a pretty extended period of warm above average temperatures here in the coastal bend, set to last at least for the next 6 to 10 days. Associated with that dry line, we'll see, of course, dry air offers a little bit more variation in terms of our temperatures warming up more quickly compared to when there's more moisture in the air. So we're going to see some of our temperatures potentially beat or get at least near record high temperatures as we look ahead towards your Thursday and your Friday. Because of those mostly clear skies we'll be experiencing for tonight, along with those light winds, that's going to allow for that heat that we accumulate this afternoon to go up to the upper levels of the atmosphere, leaving us here at the surface to be very cool and chilly. So that's why throughout some areas in the coastal bend this evening, we'll be seeing our nighttime low temperatures dropping near or below freezing for us once again tonight. All this time period is the calm before the storm. This is before those strong thunderstorms begin to reach their way towards the coastal bend. And what's going to bring it is this strong cold front that is passing on through all across the United States. We can see right now it's passing now through the central portions of the Lone Star State, triggering some severe thunderstorm watches throughout Austin, San Antonio area, all the way up north toward Houston as well. And just looking at the wide scope of this, we can see where the severe weather is happening all across the leading edge of that cold front. Because of that reason of having our feel like temperatures and also a little bit of wind chill interacting with that, there's a possibility we could have an issue with icing on some of our bridges and some of our overpasses because of that rain starting to begin around that same time frame when we'll be having these cooler temperatures. So TxDOT is planning on treating some of those bridges and roadways just to make sure you guys are safe on your morning commute, but you still want to make sure you plan accordingly. Hey there, good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Julia Kwedi. Got extra clouds in our skies for us this afternoon and some stronger wind speeds coming in from the southeast. This is what we talked about yesterday, expecting more moisture and humidity adding towards warmer temperatures, but then extra cloud cover that we could already see outside in our skies and some extra bit faster wind speeds that we'll have to endure for us as we end our work week. Right now, taking a look at our live Stand Dollar City Sky Cam over in Port Aransas, we can see that extra cloud cover in our skies. We'll still see some pockets of sunshine, but again, clouds will be more of a mainstay stay in our skies for us this afternoon here in the coastal bend. Temperatures are still going to be on the warmer side across the area, still seeing them reaching towards the upper 70s to the low 80s at this hour. 80 degrees here in Corpus Christi, 83 over in Robstown, 86 degrees is your temperature over in Kingsville, 83 in Alice, and 85 right now over in Mathis. So again, temperatures are still going to warm up pretty close, if not slightly above our temperatures ended up topping out at yesterday for our afternoon high temperatures for today on your Thursday. Looking at our current winds, those are going to be going anywhere between 15, 16, 17, or up to 20 miles an hour here in Ingleside and over in the Bluff. Here in Corpus Christi, we see our winds clocking around 17 miles an hour. So very gusty, breezy conditions that we will be contending with throughout the day today on our Thursday. That is going to continue in the forecast on your Friday as well. Wind gusts are going at a pretty fast pace as well, upwards of 35 miles an hour. We'll also see them begin to increase by the time we hit our early evening, afternoon hours. We'll see those wind gusts go upwards to around 40 miles an hour and then decrease back down to the 30s as we head towards our late night time to overnight hours into your Friday. So those gusty conditions are going to be not only related towards our sustained winds, but also our wind gusts throughout the afternoon today and for us tomorrow on your Friday. So much so that we do have a wind advisory currently in place for all of our counties here shaded in yellow all along the coast. So that began around 10 o'clock this morning and will continue to be in place until 9 o'clock tonight. All these areas will be experiencing those winds going anywhere between 20 up to 30 miles an hour with wind gusts upwards to around 40 miles an hour. As we saw just a moment ago in those last graphics, we are anticipating that those wind gusts are going to intensify, and thus we will start to notice those faster wind speeds up to 40 miles an hour for those wind gusts. Now, faster wind speeds along with our drought conditions and warmer temperatures, that's all going to equal a bit of an elevation in our fire danger today as well for portions of the coastal bend. Areas that are a little bit more closer towards the coastline, you'll be in the moderate zone for fire danger, but going further inland, portions of B and Live Oaks County, you guys will be under a higher risk for elevation of fire danger today. That's also going to continue ahead for us tomorrow and our Friday, and then looking ahead towards our Saturday, pretty much the same picture of having more inland portions of the coastal bend, dealing with a bit of a higher risk for fire danger, while areas that are along the coast under more of a moderate zone for fire danger over the next few days. But for today, again, those clouds are going to be sticking around for us. Temperatures still increasing though towards the mid to upper 80s, so a little bit warmer for us today compared to yesterday. Those clouds will be sticking around, seeing a couple pockets of sunshine throughout the day, but again, looking at the sky at any point today, you'll also be greeted with those extra bit of increasing clouds throughout the afternoon. Humidity is still going to play a factor in our forecast throughout the rest of our work week heading towards this weekend, but that's going to be a helpful thing because that's going to hopefully increase our rain chances that are looking pretty promising at this point beginning on Easter Sunday and then expected to extend to the early part of next week. So for now, just got those strong, disrespectful winds with extra cloud in our skies, warmer temperatures before rain comes in this weekend.